Now that the 2020 NBA trade deadline is officially passed a couple days ago, now I've had about 4 days to let it all sink in and kind of figure to myself, okay, who actually won this trade deadline? But I do want to just hop into a couple of the teams right now, though. Alright, the first trade we're going to get started with is Cleveland acquiring Andre Drummond from the Detroit Pistons. Detroit was able to land John Henson, Brandon Knight, and a 2023 second rounder as well from Cleveland. I think for Cleveland, this is a nice, good move. I like Colin Sexton. I like Darius Garland. They traded for Exum early in the year, trading away Jordan Clarkson. Drummond's always been a guy that's going to get you about 15 boards and about 15 points. That's the type of dude that he is. He's not an elite center by any means, but he is a very good center in this league. And I think just for growing with the guys, like I said, with Kevin Love, Garland, Sexton, and this young Cavaliers roster, I think it's really good for them. The next trade I want to get on is the 4-team trade. That was the big one that first happened with Atlanta, Houston, Minnesota, and Denver. Nothing about this trade really stood out to me outside of the fact that it's pretty obvious that the Houston Rockets don't really have a center anymore. That's why they're playing small ball. They are 2 out of their last 3 games playing small ball so far. They just lost in that buzzer beater last night to the Utah Jazz and Bojan Bogdanovic beating the Lakers. And they ended up beating, I think, a Phoenix team. Atlanta was able to acquire Capella and Nene. Minnesota acquired Malik Beasley, Hernan Gomez, Evan Turner, Jared Vanderbilt, and a 2020 first-round pick from Brooklyn. Houston got Covington, who hit a ginormous 3 in his debut at home, I guess, with the Houston Rockets to put the Rockets up by 1 point against the Jazz last night. And then they also got Jordan Bell and a 2024 second rounder. Denver, I'm really not sure what they think their direction is with their team this season. I think that they are a really good team, and I'm not sure why they didn't go out and make a big move when they really needed to. But they got Gerald Green, Shabazz Napier, who ended up getting cut, Noah Vonleh, and a 2020 first from Houston. I think that's solid. Nothing crazy. Nothing's going to put them over the hump. I think Michael Porter Jr., come playoff time, if he's healthy, he can make a big difference to this Denver team, especially taking the ball out of Murray and Jokic's hands, because we know he's that dual threat type of guy. But this trade, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to work out for Houston because analytically speaking, 3-pointers and shooting inside the paint, and then free throws, of course. I just don't like the fact that Houston does not really have a center. They have Tyson Chandler. They don't even play him. And then now they have Jordan Bell. They're probably not going to play him because they don't shoot the 3. That's not how D'Antoni works. So, otherwise, I just don't see Houston competing come playoff time. Legitimately, they might steal a game. They might get 2. But when the game slows down, 3-point shooting like that is not going to work out. And we'll just see, though. But for now, D'Angelo Russell ended up getting acquired by the Minnesota Timberwolves, along with Jacob Evans and Amari Spellman. The Knicks were spicing up their talks with the Warriors, trying to acquire him as well. That obviously didn't turn out. Just like nothing ever turned out good for the Knicks. Sorry, Knicks fans. And the Warriors were able to acquire Andrew Wiggins, a 2020 top 3 protected pick. That is crucial. And a 2021 second-round pick as well. The acquisition of D'Angelo Russell to Minnesota, they're still not going to make the playoffs. And the fact that he's a terrible defensive player along with Karl Anthony Towns, that's not going to do them any good. Sure, can they be happy that they're friends and on the same team? That's fine and dandy. But at the end of the day, they got to go win basketball games. And that's just not going to happen. I think D'Angelo Russell is a fantastic offensive player. We know the great offensive arsenal that Karl Anthony Towns has as well, but in the Western Conference, not just this year, but moving forward, unless they need to learn to play defense, they need to learn to play cohesively together. I just don't really like this trade for that specific reason, though. But if Karl Anthony Towns is happy and he's your franchise player, I guess if you're looking at it from Minnesota's perspective, getting D'Angelo Russell was the correct move. I think right now, when you look at it, the Clippers, they won this deadline. As simple as getting Marcus Morris. Marcus Morris was averaging 19 points a game in New York and shooting 43% from 3. That's another guy just to load to their roster. That's a big body, stretch the floor, play defense, just do everything you ask out of him. And he's a great role player. I mean, everything. I already had the Clippers as a team that was probably going to make the finals and probably win it all. This adds on to it even more. This proves to me that the Lakers aren't for real, not trading Kyle Kuzma for Marcus Morris. The Lakers completely blew at this trade deadline. They had their opportunity to go and put themselves over the hump because this roster is clearly not good enough to go and win a championship, especially when LeBron's off the floor, especially come playoff time. This Lakers team is just not going to be able to get it done. Now, the other way you can look at it is maybe not this year, But years to go down the road, the Golden State Warriors maybe won this trade. They just got a 2021 first-round pick. They're going to have a lottery pick this year for just being absolutely garbage due to injuries, of course. But next year, they're going to have a healthy Andrew Wiggins who's going to look like an all-star in their system with Steve Kerr. Once everyone's back together, Wiggins is going to become a fantastic player. I already know it. But you're going to get a healthy Steph Curry. You're going to get a healthy Klay Thompson. You're going to have Draymond Green still there, Wiggins, and you're going to have guys there. This Warriors team can go win the chip next year. They're going to be right back to their winning ways. They took a year off. They needed that year off to get rest. And this Warriors team is just going to absolutely dominate, and I am excited to see what they're going to do. And I'm excited to see what Wiggins is going to do because he has underperformed since coming into the league. Been an on and off type of player. He's not been the #1 pick that he was supposed to be. Even though he's been solid, he's going to look like a legitimate all-star on this roster. I can promise you that. Alrighty, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know, what did you guys think about the deadline that happened this year? And what were some big moves that stood out to you? And who do you guys actually think won this deadline? Because I'm telling you, man, the Clippers this year, they probably won the deadline. But the Warriors as a whole and for the future, they really did their job. And I am beyond shocked that they were able to pull off that many assets just for D'Angelo Russell, basically.